This isn't a pep talk, it's a system override. What I'm about to show you rewires the way your brain responds under pressure. We'll stop begging for calm. You'll start moving like a strategist inside chaos. This won't just help you handle emotions, it'll make you immune to emotional collapse. And once you cross that threshold, you don't return to normal. You become the storm. Before we go any further, understand something clearly. This video isn't entertainment, it's psychological warfare broken down into 3 deliberate phases. In part 1, I'll walk you through a brain hack designed for one single moment. The exact second right before your mind snaps, not after. Not when you've caught your breath. Right in the middle of the collapse, when most people shatter, and a rare few evolve. Part 2 will lay bare the hidden cost of becoming emotionally unbreakable. The things no one warns you about. The line between power and damage. And in part 3, you'll learn how to carry that power without sacrificing the last parts of your humanity. You've been warned. Stay until the end or don't watch at all. The brain hack, cognitive reframing under fire. There's a moment just before everything breaks, when your mind either crumbles or rebuilds itself. That exact second of collapse is what this brain hack targets. It's called cognitive reframing under fire, and it's one of the rarest, most dangerous mental weapons you can develop. This isn't about thinking positively. It's not some shallow self-help mantra. This is about turning your perception into a blade when everything's falling apart. Most people, they get hit with pain, and they become the pain, they drown in it. But a mind trained in reframing, it turns pain into power in real time. Not, why is this happening to me? But what part of me is being reforged by this? Not, this broke me, but this revealed who I truly am. Not, I can't take this, but let's see what I become because of this. Here's how it works. Your brain doesn't react to reality. It reacts to the story you tell about it. Change the story, you change the outcome. Reframe the experience, and pain becomes purpose. This isn't suppression, it's transmutation. You're not denying the wound, you're giving it direction. You're not going numb, you're tuning in with brutal clarity. This is where inhuman strength begins. You stop spiraling. You stop playing the victim. You stop begging life to be easier and you start demanding that you become harder to break. Once that clicks, nothing outside you holds power anymore, because the battle is no longer about what hits you. It's about what you do with it. Here are 5 drills that'll help you master this mental weapon. Drill 1. Mental rehearsal under calm. You're not reacting to life, you're rehearsing for it. This technique builds a mental pre-response library, so when pressure shows up, your brain isn't surprised it's already lived that moment. The brain doesn't fully distinguish imagined stress from real stress. Visualizing high-pressure events while calm wires your system for impact. It reduces shock, panic, and hesitation. Choose your emotional Achilles heel. Public failure, betrayal by someone you trust, rejection from someone you admire. Now step into the strongest version of yourself. Visualize that version facing that moment. What's their posture? What thoughts run through their mind? What emotion do they allow? What do they override? You're training your emotional immune system so that when real pain hits you, don't crumble, you activate. We don't prepare for the battle, we become it before it begins. Drill 2. No emotion response. You're triggered, you pause, you say nothing, do nothing. Not because you're weak, because you're observing, studying. You're choosing delayed domination over instant reaction. Reacting emotionally gives power away to the moment. This drill moves your behavior from your limbic system to your prefrontal cortex. You're creating space between trigger and response. In that space, that's where control lives. Pick 3 micro moments every day. Someone cuts you off, disrespects you, disappoints you. Don't flinch. Don't defend. Don't react. Just become pure silent awareness. Take notes, mentally, emotionally, strategically, then respond hours later. Calm, surgical, precise. What you're building: emotional invisibility, psychological intimidation. You become unpredictable, and unpredictability is dominance. Drill 3. Cold repetition. Programming belief. Here, your words aren't affirmations, they're commands. You don't say them to feel better, You say them to reprogram your operating system. Repetition under stress wires belief. If you repeat a phrase during adversity, your brain starts linking that phrase to survival. Eventually, that phrase becomes your power trigger. Choose one phrase. Say it when you're tired, anxious, disrespected, rejected. No emotion controls me. Pain sharpens me. I am not reacting and rewriting. Over time, it becomes instinct. And instinct is stronger than thought. Drill 4. Tactical delay. The 24-hour rule. Impulse is emotional sabotage in disguise. Tactical delay forces your mind to wait until the emotions cool and your logic returns. Strong emotions cloud judgment. Waiting 24 hours gives your brain space to recalibrate. No, decisions are made by strategy, not chemistry. Next time you want to rage text, quit out of fear, or make a dramatic move, don't act. Document. Let time burn off the fog, and strike or walk away from total clarity. You're building control over time. Power others feel but can't understand. Drill 5. Emotional fasting. 7 days to reclaim power. Pick one emotion you've been feeding like a god, then cut it off. No expression, no indulgence, no justification, just cold, clean denial. Overfed emotions become parasites. You think you're feeling them, but they're feeding on you. Fasting exposes that. Reclaim emotional sovereignty. Pick the one that owns you. Guilt, insecurity, anger, validation, hunger. For 7 days, when it rises, observe it. Deny it. Don't act. Don't feed it. Journal what it says, what it wants you to do, then do the opposite. By day 7, you'll realize it was never your power. It was feeding on your power. Now, you own it, or it dies. You're not broken. You're just running old software. But what if I told you your intelligence could be sharpened, upgraded, reprogrammed into something cold, efficient, unshakable? What if manipulation could be reverse engineered into a silent weapon of control? That's exactly what the book Whisper's secret is for. Inside, you'll discover the mind fortress, technique, mental control, during chaos, manipulation, mastery, how to bend perception and people, neuroessentialism, intelligence, without emotional interference, final transcendence, when your mind evolves past human conditioning. They taught you to beg for logic, to be emotional. That ends now. It's time to become dangerously intelligent. Read it now. The link is in the comments. The core principle behind all 5 drills, this is mental combat conditioning. Every drill shapes a new identity under pressure, one that doesn't beg for comfort, but creates clarity inside chaos. You're not training to survive storms. You're training to build them and walk through others like wind. You are reclaiming the throne inside your mind, not giving it to trauma, not renting it to your habits, not handing it to someone else's approval. Because true strength isn't numbness, it's ownership, emotional awareness, strategic clarity. That's where this leads. Part 2. The 3 warnings of inhuman strength. Warning 1. When you stop feeling, you start forgetting. The first casualty of extreme resilience isn't your weakness, it's your memory. The stronger you become, the easier it is to forget how much it used to hurt. You forget the nights you almost didn't make it. Forget what it cost you just to stay standing. Forget how to be soft and still breathe at the same time. And that forgetfulness, it creates blind spots. In empathy, in leaderships, in relationships. You stop relating to people. You start judging them. You see someone breaking down and think, why can't they just get up? But that's only because you've forgotten what it felt like to crawl. If you forget that for too long, you don't just become strong. You become the very thing that once broke you. The monster. But now it's wearing your face. Warning 2. Strength without vulnerability becomes control. When you never show weakness, people stop showing you truth. They start obeying you, fearing you, projecting onto you. You stop being a person and become a screen for their expectations of power. And here's the trap that feels good at first. No resistance, no vulnerability, no emotional mess to deal with. But over time, that control isolates you from the very thing that made you powerful in the first place. Feedback. No one checks you. No one challenges you. No one tells you what you need to hear, only what they think you want to hear. If that goes on too long, you don't become wise. You become untouchable. and eventually, unreachable. Warning 3. If nothing can break you, nothing can reach you. The more you harden, the more you protect yourself not just from pain, but from connection. You stop letting people close. You stop letting them see you. You become the strong one. All the time. For everyone. But strength without cracks is a wall. And a wall doesn't just block. Danger, it blocks everything. You'll start to notice. Conversations feel shallow. Intimacy feels inefficient. Vulnerability feels like a threat to your identity. And then, slowly, silence creeps in. Not because people stopped talking, but because you stopped letting anyone matter. Part 3. Mastering strength without losing humanity. The final war isn't out there, it's in here. After all the training, after you've become unshakable, after you've stopped reacting, stopped explaining, stopped needing, you'll find yourself at a terrifying edge. Nothing breaks you, but nothing moves you either. You've built walls so tall, even you can't hear your own soul echoing inside them anymore. That's where this part begins. Because true mastery isn't about surviving pressure, it's about surviving your own power, without erasing what made you human. Anyone can become strong by learning to hate weakness, staying human after you don't need to be. That's rare. That's mastery. It's what separates the greats from the ghosts. Phase 1. Control the emotion. Keep the signal. You've trained yourself to override your emotions. You've reframed your pain. You've silenced your reactions. But here's the truth. Emotion isn't the enemy. Unfiltered, unconscious emotion is. Emotions carry data. They hold messages, signals in the noise. When you kill them completely, you lose the message. Now your job is to listen without obeying, is to feel without falling. Let sadness whisper. Let anger knock. Let fear speak. But don't hand them the microphone. Don't let them drive the car. You're the translator now. You extract the signal, not the madness. Phase 2. Be ruthless with the world, gentle somewhere. This is non-negotiable. You can't be hard everywhere and expect to stay whole. The world will ask for your edge. That's fine. Give it. But your soul needs one space, just one, where the blade can be set down. That space might be a partner who sees through the mask, a journal where you bleed in ink, a meditation where the armor cracks, a quiet moment with your younger self. Just breathing that space is sacred. It's not weakness, it's your return point. Proof that you still exist underneath the steel. Because if you don't choose a place to be gentle, your mind will forget how to be. And when gentleness dies, so does everything that made the strength worth it. Phase 3. Don't become what you escaped from. This is the most dangerous trap and the most subtle. You became strong to escape manipulation, and then you started manipulating. You went silent to avoid chaos, and then began using silence as a weapon. You became disciplined to escape pain. And now you inflict pain on people who haven't earned their scars yet. That's the risk. You morph into the thing you had to survive. But now, it's wearing your face. Now it's speaking with your voice. Now it calls itself growth. So ask yourself constantly, why am I saying this? Who am I trying to control right now? Am I creating clarity or compliance? You can win every battle, but still lose your soul. Phase 4. Build a personal code and obey it. When no one can stop you, you must learn how to stop yourself. When you can justify anything, you need something higher than ego to answer to. That's where your code comes in. Your personal law, your inner constitution. It's the set of rules you write when you're calm so you don't betray them when you're in chaos. Make them ruthless. Make them specific. Make them yours. Examples: I don't punish others for my past. I speak to reveal, not to control. I never fake emotion to manipulate connection. If I lose empathy, I lose the game. Your code is the leash on the monster. The compass in the storm. The thing that keeps your strength clean. Because without this, strength becomes power addiction. And power addiction never ends. Phase 5. Connect with people who aren't afraid of your power. Here's the last piece. Can't grow alone forever. Because no matter how strong you become, the human need to be seen doesn't die. It just gets quieter and quieter, till one day it becomes a silent scream. That's why you have to seek out the rare ones. People who aren't afraid of your silence. People who don't flinch when you don't react. People who challenge your thinking without trying to fix it. People who see your power and still look you in the eyes as an equal. These people won't ask you to soften, but they also won't let you disappear. And that's where you find your center again. Not in the crowd, not in the applause, but in real, raw recognition. Connection that doesn't need you to be weak, just to be honestly human. You can lead. You can dominate. You can walk into any room and bend it to your energy. But if you lose presence, you'll forget why you built any of it. Presence isn't emotion, it's awareness. It's the part of you that's still here, still awake, still remembers who you were before the armor. So here it is. You've built the strength. Now build the discipline to carry it like a weapon, not wear it like a mask. Stay sharp, stay precise, stay dangerous, but never stop being human in purpose. Because real power isn't just being cold under fire. It's being warm by choice, still untouchable. That's the real monster. Yes. That's the real master.